Welcome everybody to Tabriz, a city in the eastern Azerbaijan province of Iran with a population of 1.7 million people, and the population here speak Azeri Turkish as well as Persian. Ibn Battuta passed through these streets and the city and claimed it as one of the most important cultural and trading hubs in the world. So, of course, if Ibn Battuta said this, I have to spend the entire day exploring what he meant. Let's go, I'm excited. My friends, before we get into the video in Tabriz, I want to show you my brand new vlogging camera, which I've shot all of the recent content on, including this video in Tabriz. I've been testing DJI's brand new Osmo Pocket 4P, and it's genuinely one of the best cameras I've ever laid my hands on. As someone who travels solo most of the time, the 3-axis mechanical gimbal and active track are huge. I can walk through busy streets, hike, or simply vlog hands-free, and the camera keeps me smooth and perfectly framed throughout. The biggest upgrade for me, however, with this camera is the brand new dual camera setup. You get a wide 20mm lens that's perfect for landscapes and travel shots, but now there's also a dedicated 60mm portrait lens. It genuinely feels like having two cameras in one tiny device. If you like getting creative, this is one of my favorite settings within the camera. Up to 4K at 240 frames per second for incredible slow motion, plus D-Log 2 if you want extra flexibility when color grading your footage later. Image quality has also taken a huge step forward thanks to the brand new 1-inch sensor. Whether you're filming a sunset, shooting into bright light, or exploring cities after dark, it does an amazing job of holding detail in both shadow and harsh light. And despite all of that, all of the incredible things that this camera has to offer, it's small enough to fit inside my pocket, so it means I'm carrying this camera every single day. And as a travel creator who carries his entire life on his back, any loss of weight is incredible, and this camera really has blown my mind with its capabilities. I am so impressed. This is the brand new DJI Osmo Pocket 4P, and it will be in my pocket and in my backpack every single day on my trips, and it will be the only camera I am now filming on. I'm so excited about this. As I mentioned, this entire travel video is filmed on this. Hope you enjoy the footage, and I hope you enjoy Tabriz. To begin my time here in Tabriz, I've just arrived to the Blue Mosque. This mosque was built back in the 1400s by the Kara Kayunlu dynasty and was then developed by further dynasties that followed that dynasty itself. And this mosque is famous for its blue and white tiling, in which I'll show you inside a very specific way of creating the tiles, and the blue color which is not created anywhere else since that dynasty. This blue color is so rich and so deep, and after the Safavid dynasty took over here in Iran, they changed it to create 7 colored tiles, and that specific type of blue was no longer created. Therefore, as time passed on, the craftsmanship that it took to create that specific deep blue was no longer existing. And the mosques that you can find all over Iran never have this color blue that you can find inside, the specific deep sea color. And I'm going to take you inside. Sadly, this mosque was destroyed in 1780 by a huge earthquake that rocked Tabriz, and therefore what is inside and what you can see around me under construction, as you can see, is all that remains of this mosque, which is over 550 years old. I'm really walking through history. Actually, Iranians are fighting for this to be part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site because of its deep-rooted history. This mosque has been here through centuries. It's been here through so many different histories here in Iran. It's been through so many different dynasties, and the people that have walked through this specific complex, I can't even begin to imagine. So many different types of people, so many incredible poets, writers. Wow, let me take you inside because I have to show you. One thing I have to show you in this mosque is what is right behind me. What you can see behind me is Kufi calligraphy. This Kufi calligraphy is worldwide famous because of the way it's written. You can read it from left to right, from up to down, and it's an ancient way of writing. Now, as you can see, here is the Kufi calligraphy. This part just here, I'm gonna zoom in for you. This right here is the Kufi calligraphy, and it actually says Muhammad. Kufi calligraphy can be read from left to right, from right to left, up, down, down, up. And it's a historic way of writing. The reason they use Kufi calligraphy is because in the religion of Islam, it is not permitted to be painting any deities, any ideas of God. And that is specifically why they use Kufi calligraphy. For me, it's so interesting. I think this is the first time I've ever seen Kufi calligraphy. And it's fascinating to me that there's a language that's created, that you can read from left to right, from right to left, from up to down, and down to up. I think it's incredible. As you can see around me, this is the courtyard of the mosque. This is all that remains on this section of the mosque and mausoleum. I do hope one day that UNESCO can find a way to rebuild this. This area is so rich with history, with culture, and this phenomenal technique, which sadly has been lost over different centuries. I am now exploring more local life. I'm walking down a place named Tabriz, and this is one of 4 bazaars that cover Tabriz city. As many of the bazaars across this region of the world, this bazaar sells everything from clothes to fruit to fresh juices. I have a fresh yellow melon juice. Walking in the blazing heat, it's currently around 40 degrees, and I'm getting a flavor of local life. Many people think that because of the current political situation, life has kind of come to a standstill, and as you can see around me, it has not. It is so busy, and the city is beautiful. The city is alive, and life continues. People are out talking. Tabriz is a very beautiful city. It's very quaint and calm, and there's so much greenery around, much like a lot of the cities. Hi, assalamu alaikum. And of course, people are very friendly. Like many of the cities here in Iran, they're based around water. They're very green. They're very calm cities, despite there being 1.7 million people living right here in not such a large space. I love it. There's statues everywhere. Beautiful. I'm making my way towards the largest bazaar, the largest covered bazaar in the world. I love this city.
This is one of the best and most beautiful roads of this bazaar.
Let's do it. As you can see, they're selling everything. Dried fruits, flowers, dates, spices. Beautiful. These are some of my favorite places in the world. I first discovered markets like this in Erbil in Kurdistan in 2019, and ever since then I am obsessed with walking through places like this with the intense smells of the spices making you sneeze. It's something I've written a lot about in my book that comes out in September. Love it. You can see all of the tea. Wow, it's cow feed.
Yes, cow.
Ah, Bruce. So good. I had this in Kashan, and you have it as rose water.
Yes,
Yeah?
exactly. This is the natural and
Amazing. You walk through the bazaars, you are met with many different caravanserais. Caravanserais were the meeting points centuries ago where people used to come, they used to trade, they used to sleep. And there's a very famous coffee shop here that I've been told to try. You can see here the name, Yemen Kahvesi. Kahvesi in Turkish means coffee. And as you all know, the original point of coffee was from Yemen. You can see this was the style of the caravanserai. Wow, beautiful. Look at the carpet. Wow. And this is the coffee shop. Wow. In the traditional style. I have finally made it here to the Tabriz Grand Bazaar. This is the largest covered market in the world, covering over 400,000 square meters. It's been around for more than 400 years. The exact date when it was first created is unknown. However, as the dynasties continued to rule here, they expanded and it's ginormous. There is no maps, no route. You kind of just come in, you get lost. Wow. There is so many different spices here, so many different dried fruits. You can see here so many different dates, sweets, cheeses, honey. This is fresh honeycomb right here. This sells for around $5 to $6 here in Iran for the entire honeycomb. Wow, this is one of my favorite things to do when you come to a brand new place. It's just to wander, the smell of the spices and cigarette smoke. Fresh coffee. Assalamu alaikum. Look at the fresh coffee. Wow, the smell is incredible. You can see the coffee beans just too. I can't begin to tell you what I'm smelling right now. There's so many different types of spices, coffee, honey. Just goes on for miles and miles, 4,000 square meters. Incredible, look at all this honey. Piles and piles of honeycomb, fresh honeycomb. Assalamu alaikum. Friendly people, of course. They opened it only for me. Assalamu alaikum. Wow. Just raced through the bazaar. It was unknown to me that we were heading to this location. But right in front of me is one of the most beautiful mihrabs I've ever seen. Wow, this is just outside of the Grand Bazaar. Take a look at this. The detail is so intricate. Wow.